Okay, guys, so for the third time, 20th of May 2025, Crazy Market Talk with KEL. Disclaimer apply as usual. And later on in the second half, we talk about the KCX indicator, right? Thank you very much. Apology for this morning, little technical issue, yeah? Okay, so this is gold right now. Let's take a look for gold. And you can see that this morning, the gold opening price is 32.30 and the MLP is 32.24. So now gold is trading below the MLP, below OP, so it's a sell at the moment. Now you see, very interesting, you can see that the KSI is green while the price is coming down. So once again, this tells you very explicitly that our KSI got nothing to do with the price action of the market. All right, so it's very unique on its own, yeah. So the thing is this, you ask this question now, but Cal, the KSI is green, so should I buy now? No. Follow the OP rule. Below OP, it's a sell. But because KSI is green, you just have to sell and take profit along the way. And the quantity, please reduce. So let's say you calculated you can enter 0.35 lot. But because the KSI is green and you're going to short the market, right, then consider to enter 0.17, 0.18, or 0.19, about half of the quantity that you calculated due to your risk management. Yeah. So the thing is this, why gold is coming down? I believe that the reason is because the dollar has strengthened a little bit. Okay, that's the only reason I can think of. And still, you can see that the coloration itself is still in red in color. So overall itself is still not a buying signal yet. Yeah, we only know that it's likely going to rebound because the KCX is rebounding, but we cannot derive that the market is going to go up. So there's a very difference between the bounce. I mean, so the bottom of the market versus a recovery of the market. It's a very, very different thing altogether. Yeah. So we'll talk about this more later on in the second segment. Now for today itself, as long as the gold cannot stay above the MLP, then there is a very, very high chance that gold may go all the way down to topple 3163 down. This one is very scary because 3163 is like basically $70 from where, well, sorry, it's about $50 from where we are right now, right? So is it possible? Well, it's all is possible. So do take note of that, yeah? Okay, 3163, unless the market can recover above OP and above MLP, of course. Okay, because the short term now is definitely basically putting the market to the downside at the moment. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the first thing to take note of. Now, someone texted me on the side, Cal, can you show us the about the current situation on the bond market? Sure, I can show you now. Okay, you can see that last night the bond market, wow, really came down and hit the 85 number that I told you, but strongly rebounded, strongly rebounded. All right, wow, it's a gap down. You can see it literally gap down. Oops. Okay, it gapped down and then recovered. Okay, and there was some heavy buying, of course. Yeah, because it's a gap down, so a lot of when it's gap down, usually the short sellers will come in to buy back their position. Yeah, okay, so that is the bond market having some very strong support at 85. I share you 85 is a very strong support that the market cannot break. So if the bond market ever break below 85 or close below 85, oh, that will be devastating. Yeah, so take note of that. Yeah. Now, while the bond market is there as well, you may not get to see the feel of it. Let me show you the yield. It'll be a better choice. Let's take a look at the yield. You can see that the yield yesterday shoot up to 4.564. Okay, then it reversed down and then now it's a bit lower. Right, if not, the stuff like that would have rocked the market yesterday. And we can see that the dollar index right now is slightly up a little bit compared to yesterday. It was down, then now recover, so that was reason. And yesterday, if you have looked at the VIX, yesterday it gap up to 20, then it pulled back to 18. I didn't buy because I put my bid level at around 15, 16 on the side here itself. So I'm just waiting for the buy at a lower price. Yeah. Okay, so now this is the market now for gold. So take note, yeah, all clear. If all clear, press number 2 right now for gold. Right, number 2. Right, good morning to all of you guys. I can see the ACS, Disha, Li Chun, Susan Ng, Yao Dong. Good to see you in the morning. Okay, so this is the Dow Jones chart that I draw yesterday of myself. And you can see that the Dow initially was below my trend line and then it went back up again. It's a very strong bull market at this moment. But of course, as like all trend, regardless how strong it is, there will be a point whereby to be very careful. I'll draw that later. Now today I'm very, very concerned because the market has went up quite a fair bit. Yeah, you can see the market has went up a fair bit. The KSI is all the way green. The KCX all the way black. So by right, it should be very, very bullish, right? By right, yeah. But the thing is this today, if you notice this, the pivot 2 is at 42,712. I think that was where some brother Yao Dong bought back your short position, right? Well done. So since support, P2 is a strong support, the market has to stabilize and rebound. And we can see that it did rebound exactly over there. Now, the thing is this, if there's going to be another sell-off, the market has to break 42,712. Now, if we do break that, then I can be safely saying that we will see the MLP get triggered because the MLP is the next number available over here. And if the market loses MLP, there's a stack position between KCB and MA200. Now, one thing to note that the market has stayed above the MA200 over here, right? So initially it was resisting it, that's why the market came down. But 2 days later, the market stays above the MA200, so become a very strong support. So if the strong support doesn't stay strong and pull down again, then I can tell you that the selling will be catastrophic. So that's why I say that today watch 42,712 very closely. If it stays above it, fine. If not, right, it will. If it stays above, it may go back to 43,084 because that is the pivot 1 level. But if you ask me today, I'll watch this number closer. Yeah, 42,712. Okay, this is a number that I've been watching. Please take note of that. Very, very important. Okay. So you look at the 5-minute chart, and that's where both myself and I think Yao Dong also report back our Hang Seng, Dow Jones short this morning. Yeah. Let's take a look. Okay, still data is still coming in. Oops. One. Okay, here we go. One, yeah. Just let it set in the wall. The data is still not streaming yet. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this morning, this is how the Dow Jones performed in the morning. Initially, it went up first, okay, then after that, it stabilized sideways, and then the boys came in to sell, and that was where my key is. So when the market tried to recover, but when the KSI stay red, that is a very strong telltale sign the market will sell. So during the boot camp, I will be teaching how to catch such trade, okay? The bootcamp itself, right? Some people may asking me what is the main highlight, what we're talking about. Yes, I will do the writing later. All right. Yesterday we were very, very busy with a lot of admin stuff. So today I'll share with you more about the bootcamp. All right. Okay. So I think that even Brother Yao Dong will be joining the bootcamp. I think. Am I right, Yao Dong? All right, so this is where the market is. So the market came all the way down. And once you break the OP, the market go all the way down and go exactly at the pivot 2 and stop there. And you can see how crazy is our system itself. It stopped there exactly. Yep. Okay, exactly, and rebounded over there. Oh my goodness, this is really crazy. I mean, pre-got system can predict a support level before the market even traded. I mean, in the morning when the market opens here, the pivot 2 already on your screen, and yet the market actually stabilized there when it come back down as well. I tell you, no system I ever heard before does that. This is really ultimately crazy. Yeah. All right. Oh, good to see you, Yao Dong. You'll be joining us for the boot camp. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so that is how things work right now. Okay, now we have a diamond. What should we do, right? Draw a line. Yes, draw a line. So if the market stays above the line, the market will go back to above OP level. If the market fail, then it will retest the pivot 2 again. Okay, now we see any stack today. Let's just pull the chart down a little bit. Now to see stack, you just have to pull the chart, make it smaller. Okay, I can see a stack already. Okay, there's a stack here as well. If the market choose up, right, there is a pivot one stack with KTR plus 2. Okay, there's a stack here as well. Then on the downside stack, right, I don't see anything close. MLP is a bit far away from KTR minus 1, so really not much to be shared. So the upside, the only stack that I can see is the upside one. Okay, yeah. Now it doesn't mean the upside stack means you'll go up, but at least you know that there's a stack on top. Okay, and then after you bring down as well, the KCB, the maximum in the KCB and the KTR minus 3. Okay, that one a little bit close, but not as close as the one on top. Okay, so this is called the stack. All right, let's continue and look at the next market itself. Now, Bitcoin is going up. Okay, interestingly, Bitcoin is going up. Yes, hit $106,000. It was sideways for many days, a fishbone in back. And then after that, we have the boys selling, but it failed to really go down. So usually when the market has a KSI selling, but it failed to go down, right, then of course it will go up instead. So with what we said before, by right, when the Bitcoin goes up, the Dow Jones will follow, yeah? So there is a high chance that today Bitcoin may see 107,802 in the later part of today. It's about a thousand point away. So it's actually possible to see that, okay? And of course, you can see there's a 4 diamond today, yeah? So wait for it to complete first and you draw the line. But you look at the one here, this way is amazing. This is the one that I want to show you. You can see here, guys, that this is the 4 diamond, right? That was a few days ago, 4 diamond. So what must you do? You put a line at the closing price of the 4 diamond. You look at it. Oh my God, look at it, guys. This is crazy. Look at the way the market stabilized exactly above the line. Now, there were intermediate propping of the level, right? It did go down, but it's like instantly instantly recover down. These are all the classic sign of a buy signal. So when the market after that, right, yesterday, do that reversal and go up, right? I'm not even half surprised for it. So again, in the boot camp, we'll do a lot of diamond practice until, right, you can know and you can feel the diamond and telling you what to do itself. So this boot camp definitely is worth the money. Yeah, very well with it. You're going to make money. And of course, if you do well for the competition, remember, this money is your money to keep. That means that if you use $1,000 to trade in the competition, if you make $1,000, that's 1,000 is all yours. It's not a game. It's all your own money. Yeah. Okay. So that's why this bootcamp is worth the go. Okay. Now next one is the currency market. I'll do up Canadian dollar since Inman like Canadian dollar. Let's take a look. Now remember Inman, I told you before the Canadian dollar after coming down for quite a while. If the market breaks up itself, right, the KSI will give you the buy signal. And truth be told, that was where the buy signal was. And of course, you look carefully, that's where the diamond were. So that's why you can see that the last few days, I say that there's a 4 diamond over here. So as long as the market stays above the 4 diamond line, you can see the buying is still there. So for the Canadian dollar, if you start to troop higher, there is a very high possibility to see 1.40769. Okay, it's possible to see that itself. Yeah, so traders watch out for that. Okay, that's for Canadian dollar. And of course, crude oil, you can see what I shared with you about crude oil. I told you back then itself, if crude oil do come down to about $55, it's still to buy. So it somewhere happened, okay, around here. And then after that, now the boys come in to buy, the price troop higher. So the thing is this, you can see that now the crude oil price is trying to stay up. But we have a diamond, so we need to put a line at the diamond. So the last one is here. So you put a line at the closing price of the diamond. Then that's why the market now, you can see why is it resisted because of the 4 diamond earlier. So that's the reason why we need you to draw your line yourself. Then you can feel the market, all right? Feel the market. So the question is, if the market breaks above it, then of course the things buyout can be quite ferocious. It can be all the way to here itself, about $66, okay? Yeah, so we will look at the crude oil. I'm actually quite bullish on crude oil. If there's going to be a pullback down to $55 again, we'll definitely be buying crude oil, yeah? Okay, very important. Okay, All right, so the next thing I'll show is a US share, Tesla. Just to show you a quick one on Tesla. Now, Tesla last 2 days didn't do very well. Of course, it went up first. That was a four diamond back then. So by right, next day you buy Tesla still in time. Tesla shoot all the way up from the entry price of the 285, went all the way to 345. So that's a very big jump of $60 gain. Yeah, $60. Wow, exciting time. Okay, so now the thing is this, we can see right now the market is still yellow, the KSI is still green, everything is still good. But today's this is the pivot 2 was below, so there was some selling already. So watch out for this. If this stock is good itself, right, it will still climb back up again to 356. But if it doesn't do that itself, be careful. That is a long-term indicator that's bullish right now, but the number it says is 406. So if there's going to be any form of selling traders, you need to watch out for that. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I will see you guys for the next segment. We're going to do the KCX. Okay. Give me 5 minutes, 2 minutes to come back. Yeah.